Hi, my name is Ravi Bathe. I'm a poultry and berry farmer from Abbotsford, BC, and I'm an advocate. I advocate because I'm a farmer, and this is what I do. This is how I make my living. This is how I provide food for the rest of the world. And I want to be able to do that to the best of my ability. So it's important for me to share with the public what we do so we can build the trust. So the public can trust that a farmer is doing everything that they can to produce a great product, a safe, nutritious product for the consumers out there. It's important for people in agriculture to speak up, to tell their story, because if you don't, then someone else will. And that other person may not be a farmer. Farmers can do many things to tell their stories. I myself use social media as one way to do it. I will try to engage with consumers and the general public, maybe while I'm in a grocery store. And really, it's just striking up a conversation. It doesn't have to be with someone you know, it can be with a total stranger, and people like to have those conversations. And they like to hear from farmers. To have a message that resonates with the consumer, you've got to think about it. I mean, you've got to do something that's a little bit different. You've got to be either funny, out of the box, you've got to be trustworthy. That's a big one. Well, Chicken Squad started a number of years ago, not as Chicken Squad itself, but the idea of how do we tell our story to the public? How do we dispel some of the myths about what we do that are out there? And how do we gain the trust of the public and make ourselves really the go-to group of people or farmers for the public to get that information? We wanted to do as well something out of the box, something not just your regular ag video or promotional video. We want to do something that people would remember. So it's been a huge success for us, both online. We've had it playing in movie theaters as a fake movie trailer. And, we've actually had audiences in theaters clap after seeing it. And so it's a good production when the audience not only claps, not after a movie, but after a movie trailer. It's hard to hear misconceptions about what I do for a living. You want the customer to understand what you do, but in order to do that, you have to be out there to tell them. Some tactics that work well when advocating is to be honest. And people can understand and realize when you're telling them the truth, and it builds trust. And that's really the key. You've got to build the trust of the public. When we tell our story, it's very important to be transparent. We aren't here to hide anything. We're here to provide a safe, quality product to the consumer. And so in doing so, we can be honest and transparent because there is nothing to hide. The consumer is yearning for information. They want to learn. They want to know what we do and how we do it and why we do it. And so they're actually really open and willing to hearing our story. It's not always easy to go and start up a conversation with a stranger or with someone you don't know. But you have to remember that this is your livelihood and there's too much at stake not to start up that conversation and not to educate the consumer. I think people do trust farmers, but there could be more trust. And that's where advocating comes in. Advocating builds trust. And so the more trust we can build, the better it is for everyone. What would I tell someone in agriculture who doesn't think it's their job to speak up? I would tell them it's all of our jobs. It's everyone's job. And the more people that speak up to educate the public, the better. The advice I give other advocates is to just keep on going. Advocate more and get your friends to advocate. Because the more we can educate the public, the better off we'll be, everyone will be.